is screw. So a spiral inclined plane is actually called a screw. Okay, and this is the screw actually, and it appears like a nail with grooves on its circular surface, right? And these spiral grooves are called actually threads of the screw. Okay, so now uses of screws. So they are used to fasten two pieces of wood or metal, and we know that screw is a spiral inclined plane, so it cannot be pulled out easily from the fastened pieces. Okay, and what is a corkscrew? A corkscrew is used for pulling out cork from the bottles of ketchup and cold drink. Okay, so now what is nut and bolt actually? So in case of a nut and bolt arrangement, two spiral inclined planes are made. So one inclined plane is on the external side of a solid cylinder and it is called the bolt. So this is the bolt actually, this is bolt. And what is nut? The other inclined plane is on the inner side of a hollow cylinder. This is the hollow cylinder and the inclined plane is on the inner side of it. Okay, so this is called actually nut. Okay, do we know that when the nut is given a circular motion over the bolt, then it moves up or down. Okay, so it can withstand a lot of load. Okay, now what is screw jack? Screw jack is basically a nut and bolt arrangement used for lifting one side of a car or a truck. Okay, the wheel and axle. So wheel and axle essentially consists of two cylinders of different diameters joined together, such that if one is made to rotate, the other also rotates. So we know that what is wheel actually? The cylinder with bigger diameter is actually wheel, and the cylinder with smaller diameter is actually called axle. Okay, so in case of wheel and axle, the effort is applied on the wheel and the load is attached with the axle. Okay, so what are the examples of wheel and axle? The steering wheel of a car or a screwdriver, they are the example of wheel and axle. Okay, now maintenance and care of machines. So this is very easy, read it in your home. Now numerical problems. Number 1, an effort of 8 kgf is applied on a machine for movement of a load of 100 kgf. Calculate the mechanical advantage. We know that the mechanical advantage is the ratio of load and effort. So mechanical advantage is load by effort. So load is 100 kgf, by effort is 8 kgf. So the mechanical advantage will be 12.5. 100 by 8 means 12.5. Now a machine displaces a load of 125 kgf when an effort of 12.5 kgf acts on it. Calculates its mechanical advantage. Same, load by effort. Here load is 125 kgf and effort is 12.5 kgf. So now mechanical advantage is 10. Third one, in the diagram shown, calculate the resistance R offered by the nut when an effort of 30 Newton is applied. So here is the diagram. Okay, so here this point is actually the point of load. So load arm will be the distance from this to this. So the distance is here 5 centimeter. Okay, so load arm will be 5 centimeter. And what is the effort arm? So effort arm is here, the point of effort is this. So the effort arm will be the distance between E to this point. Okay, so the distance is 20 plus 5, that means 25, right? So the effort arm will be 25 centimeter. Okay, from the principle of lever, we know that load into load arm equals to effort into effort arm. So here load is R into effort is 5 centimeter. Sorry, load arm is 5 centimeter and here effort is given 30 Newton and effort arm is 25 centimeter. So R will be 30 Newton into 25 by 5. So R will be 150 Newton. Okay, so the resistance offered is equals to 150 Newton. Okay, now question number 4. The uniform plank of a seesaw is 8 meter long and is supported in the center. A boy weighing 50 kgf sits at a distance of 2.5 meter from the fulcrum. Where must another boy weighing 40 kgf sit so as to balance the plank? So if we consider that the distance of 40 kgf boy from the fulcrum is x. Okay, x meter actually. So we know that the seesaw is a first order lever, right? So here the fulcrum is in between the effort and load. So here this is the picture. Okay, so if the boy weighing 50 kgf, this is the boy weighing 50 kgf. Okay, so the distance is 2.5 meter from the fulcrum, and the boy weighing 40 kgf is in the distance x meter from the fulcrum. Okay, so to balance the plank, if we consider that the boy is at a distance x meter from the fulcrum to balance the plank. Okay, so now according to the principle of lever, we know that load into load arm is equals to effort into effort arm. So load means 50 kgf and load arm is 2.5 meter. So effort is 40 kgf. Now effort arm will be x meter. So x is 50 into 2.5 by 40, that means 3.125 meter. Okay. Question number 5. In operating a water pump, a resistance of 480 Newton is overcome by an effort of 72 Newton. If the distance of the fulcrum from the point where the resistance is acts is 0.2 meter, find the distance from the fulcrum where the effort is applied. So also calculate the mechanical advantage. So now we need to calculate the effort arm. We know that here load is given 480 Newton, right, and effort is 72 Newton. So load arm is given 0.2 meter and the effort arm we need to calculate. So we know that according to the principle of lever, effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm. So effort arm equals to load into load arm by effort. So here now we need to place the values. So we know that the load is 480 Newton and now load arm is 0.2 meter by effort is 72 Newton. So now after calculating we will get 1.33 meter the effort arm. So now we need to calculate the mechanical advantage. We know that mechanical advantage is load by effort. So load is 480 Newton by effort is 72 Newton. So the mechanical advantage will be 6.67. Now question number 7. A man can open a nut by applying a force of 75 kgf by using a lever of handle 0.5 meter. What should be the length of the lever of another handle if the force required to open the nut is 45 kgf? So we can say that in both cases we need to do the same amount of work to open the nut, is not it? So we can say that the work done by the lever in case 2 is equals to the work done by the lever in case 1. So in case 2 the effort into effort arm and effort into effort arm in case 1 will be same. So here in case of first one the effort is 45 kgf and effort arm we need to calculate, and in the case of case 1 the effort is 75 kgf and effort arm is 0.5 meter. So now effort arm in case 2 will be 75 into 0.5 by 45, so 0.83 meter will be the effort arm. So that's it for today. Thank you.